So breeding versus buying a mono shrimp. Is it cheaper to buy a mono shrimp or is it cheaper to breed a mono shrimp? That's the question. So I'm going to kind of run you through some rough costs here so that we can answer this question once and for all. Now you're looking at the most premium priced Amano shrimp currently available. The lemon yellows in some instances are almost $10 a piece. So if you wanted a tank of 20 of them, you're looking at spending quite a bit of money. So I think the way the question wants to be asked is, in a situation like this, would it be cheaper to buy 20 Amano shrimp or would it be cheaper to buy like 5 Amano shrimp and breed them? So if you notice this female here with all those eggs under the tail, you're going to get many, many more than 20 Amano shrimp if you decide to breed them. So keep that in mind first and foremost. You're going to end up with just hundreds of Amano shrimp with just one female. Now, breeding them is going to cost the same as just owning them normally. As far as feeding them is concerned, you're going to need an aquarium either way. And you are going to need to buy some shrimp, obviously, to breed them. Now, as far as breeding them is concerned, they breed themselves. I often say that it's automatic, and that's because it is. The Amano shrimp take care of pretty much everything all the way up until the female releases the babies into your freshwater aquarium. Now, once all of those tiny little babies get released into your aquarium, they won't survive in the salt water. So, your main cost in breeding a mono shrimp is just setting up the grow out tank for the larva. They're going to need a saltwater grow out tank. Now, you can do it in something as inexpensive as a 5 gallon bucket, but you have to look down into the bucket. So I would suggest you start with an actual aquarium so you can see into it. And it's much, much easier to check on and monitor your baby Amano shrimp larva if you're breeding Amano shrimp, if you have an aquarium. So, that being said, for a beginner, I would probably recommend 10-gallon aquarium. They're fairly inexpensive. They're usually around $15 on the half off sale. You can find them used quite often. They're a very common size of aquarium. You are likely to find actually either a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon locally used. Either of those will work, and you'll probably spend no more than, let's say, $20 on the aquarium. Now, you will need water, and I use RO water for my saltwater mix for the babies. And depending on where you live, you probably have an RO water filter near you where you can pay a fee and get a 5 gallon jug filled up. That's usually pretty inexpensive. Your main other cost is going to be the actual salt. You don't want to use just regular aquarium salt like the kind you would use with live bears or with sick tropical fish, freshwater fish, or for hatching brine shrimp. You want to use actual saltwater aquarium salt. It's called marine salt. And a pretty big bag of marine salt is going to run you about $20. It's going to last you several batches of Amano shrimp, hundreds of Amano shrimp per batch. So obviously, it's going to be exponentially cheaper to breed the Amano shrimp. Now, if you just want 20 or maybe 50, most people, these shrimp get pretty big. They get a couple inches. They can live, some people report up to 10 years. So most people aren't going to want hundreds of them unless you're selling them or trading them. But so you're going to end up with so many shrimp, even if you just hatch eggs and grow them out from one female, that you're going to have to probably rehome some of the babies. And with that money, it'll probably pay you back for everything. So there's really no way to work this out where it's cheaper to just buy the shrimp unless your time and your effort is so valuable that all you want to do is own shrimp. You don't want to do anything else. Then obviously Even though it's going to be a little bit more to buy 20 of these $10 shrimp, you just buy the shrimp. So it's really up to you as far as where you place your value, but just in the good old US dollar, it's going to be cheaper or less expensive to breed these Amano shrimp. Now, if you check out the channel, I do have a lot of videos on breeding these Amano shrimp specifically and raising the babies in some low-tech saltwater grow out tanks. So if that's something that you're looking to do, make sure you check out the videos. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.